Anyways, so Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu live chat. We're gonna continue reading The Hobbit for like an hour or so. So we started a little bit of chapter 12 and we have 19 total chapters. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get the book over with so I can finally watch the movie because I'm literally wondering how they reenacted the entire movie like this, but yes. So Bilbo finally found Smog, and after all their trials and tribulations, they finally reached the main point. Hello, Alien Cockerel. Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? How you been? Hope you've been good. Hope you've been, you know, upkeeping your duties, your life duties. Unlike me, just kidding. I'm not hard on myself. I try not to be. Otherwise, your brain will get overwhelmed. I haven't talked to that person in a long time. The one that I want to give this to. Your mic cuts out a little bit. No, that's so sad. My Wi-Fi is really bad for some reason. I don't know. Even before starting the live stream, it was like not even connecting. So I think it has to do with like storage issue because I've been trying to delete apps that take a lot of storage and gigabytes just to use one at a time. It's pretty insane. But that's because I'm trying to cook a video and it's like just a satire video. But see, this is what I was talking about. I can't even make a single vlog because of storage space. So I'm gonna need SD card, edit on my laptop, which I don't know how to do. I only edit on my phone. But yeah, that's the entire lore there. It better. Thank you. Okay, nice. Thanks for letting me know that the mic is better. And yeah. Seems like it's just you so far, but that's that's okay. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. And you know what? Since you've been very good and you're the only person in the chat. Oh, Arrow's here. Nice. Okay, nice. Arrow, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I was gonna give Alien mod, but since you're here, I'm gonna feel bad and try to give both of y'all mods. Do you ever just yes. Anyways, hi. Hello, baby Marmoth Mar baby Marmor the third. How's it going? And yes, I do sometimes just do that. I have the best internet, yay. Okay, I already said I'm gonna give you mod, so I'm gonna give you one. I don't wanna tease you. Good. Very, very good. Baby Marmar the third. And welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Hope you like it here. We're reading The Hobbit currently. And I might have to put like a little sticky note up here while I'm reading. But it does say the book title here. Like, there's no point. So, yeah. It's a shame I missed last stream. No, it's okay, Arrow. It's literally not possible to reach every single one of my streams because I stream at such random times. I feel like I think to myself if I had my own room that I would be more scheduled as a person, but it really does just depend on my mood. But at the same time, it when my mom was traveling like a few months ago, I genuinely was more like organized and scheduled with my time. So I see both sides. Yeah. Anyways, so shall we continue? Here Bilbo found Smaug finally, and there he lay, vast red golden dragon, fast asleep. A thrumming came from his jaws and nostrils, and wisps of smoke, but his fires were low in slumber. Beneath him, under all his limbs and his huge coiled tail, and about him, on all sides, stretching away across the unseen floors, lay countless piles of precious things, gold wrought and unwrought, gems and jewels and silver red stained in the ruddy light. Smog lay with wings folded like an immeasurable bat, turned partly on one side so that the hobbit could see his underparts of his long pale belly crusted with gems and fragments of gold from his long lying on his costly bed. Ah, this dragon sounds so cute already. Like his tail is coiled, his belly's up, like he's literally a cat, bro. And then you can't resist the urge to. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. So when you feel that way, baby Marmar the third, it's okay. It's okay to feel what you feel. It's natural. It's not part of, your control and your capacity. It's only how you act. You could cry if you feel that way. You could, you know, take some deep breaths. It's not gonna change anything, but it's gonna ease the burden a little bit. Your situation stays the same, but you you need air and oxygen to think better. The brain needs oxygen. So take deep breaths. Hello, Carter Evans and Eric Scott. Welcome back as well. And what do I say, bro? Welcome as well. Where you from? I'm from California. What about you? And here comes Yuki. Hey, Drea, and just make everyone mod at this point. Oops, sorry, Eris. I know Confident told me that yesterday, but because Elian was the only one here, and it's like, oh wow, he's been here for a long time. Oh, cute. Thank you. Kitty, yeah. He's like 7 years old. I always said his name is Yuki. So yeah, he likes to sit in my book while I'm reading, which is the downside. Hello, Ryuism. How's it going? Whoop. Oh yeah, you wanna boop him? Boop. Wet nose. Why is it always wet, bro? I love Kitty. Nice. Very, very nice. So, like I said, he likes sitting on the book. But let's continue reading. So Smog lay with wings folded like an immeasurable bat, turned partly on one side so that the hobbit could see his underparts and his long pale belly crusted with gems and fragments of gold lying on the side of the cosy bed. Behind him were the walls where nearest could dimly be seen coats of mail, helms and axes, swords and spears hanging, and there in rows stood great jars and vessels filled with a wealth that could not be guessed. Wow, the dwarves literally had it all. To say that Bilbo's breath was taken away is no description at all. There are no words left to express his staggerment, since men changed the language that they learned of elves in the days when all the world was wonderful. Bilbo had heard tell and sing of dragon hordes before, but the splendor, the lust, the glory of such treasure had never yet come home to him. His heart was filled and pierced with enchantment and with the desire of dwarves, and he gazed motionless, almost forgetting the frightful guardian, at the gold beyond price and count. How are you doing? I'm struggling to get subs. Everybody, subscribe to Alien Cockroach. I never watched Hobbit or read. Same. I never read it. I did watch a little bit, but yeah, it's my first time reading it, so it's all new to me, basically. Even the movie's new to me. I don't remember anything. Hello, welcome. Hello, confident, and welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Don't be mad. Elian is mod now. No, she has 992 subs. Really? No way. What? I swear it was literally in the like lowest 80s last time I checked. Before that was like literally 70 when I woke up. But yeah, that's crazy. Kitty point of view. Yeah, he's literally. And you can't even move him. It's like those like jelly cakes. Why'd I be mad? Because yesterday you said don't make anybody else mod, and then I made him mod. But that's like kind of I don't know. I feel bad. Feel free to ask mods. Drea making everybody mod. Not everybody, right? If it's your first time in the stream, that's like less likely. But then sometimes I do that too. I don't know. Hello, Catherine. Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Sleepy kitty. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue. He gazed for what seemed an age before drawn almost against his will. He stole from the shadow of the doorway across the floor to the nearest edge of the mounds of treasure. Above him, the sleeping dragon lay, a dire menace, even in his sleep. He grasped a great two-handled cup as heavy as he could carry and cast one fearful eye upwards. Smog stirred a wing and opened a claw. The rumble of his snoring changed its note. So he's still sleeping, but y'all can't see the book anymore. Let's change the. There you go. Not everyone. That's your thing. I said my from my point of view. My phone's 4% right now, so I can't stay for long. Oh yeah, that's true. And it's also almost midnight, right? So your mom's gonna take your phone anyway. But yeah, thanks for stopping by at least. And yeah, see you in the next one. And you have 982 subs. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, when did that happen? Yeah. It's not just my channel, right? It's also your guys' channel. Ew, what is that? This dirty cat. Sub condition. Condition confident. What did you do last stream, Jojo? Missed out sadly. Okay, so you know how butterflies camouflage with their surroundings to hide from like predators. Um, so if you take away all the flowers and ruin their habitat, they start to change their color slowly and surely to match the urban, you know, buildings, and it's so sad. Like they're losing their color because they're trying to camouflage to something that doesn't have any color. And it's like, you know what? The best thing we can do to change that from butterflies losing their color is to start gardening, and especially gardening flowers that they're known to like a lot and that are easy to plant as well because I'm not good at planting. So I was thinking of buying some poppy flower seeds and planting those, and what was it, milkweed, and basically anything that is well known that butterflies like, and especially milkweed though, like because caterpillars live there. So please read 48 Laws of Power. That sounds like an interesting read. I'll put it in my suggestions list. I have a suggestion list. Let me get it up. Is it by Jordan Peterson? It better not be. He's a Zionist. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Sharath K second. How's it going? I had a sunflower, but it died. Oh my god, I had a sunflower too, but the gardeners ruined it. They ruined the whole front yard. That's why I'm trying to get into gardening again. So if I kept it like maintained, they wouldn't have ruined it because it was unkempt. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, 48 laws of power. We'll look into that eventually. But yeah, thanks for the suggestion. Watch a silent voice movie. I love that anime movie, but I like the edits more. Hopefully, I can make it to your next stream tomorrow, but I gotta go now. Bye. Bye, Catherine. Have a good sleep and a good night. I'm good to condition. Yeah, silent voice movie is so good though. Like I don't know though. Like it kind of it reminds me of somebody that I don't like. Good nice handwriting, Joy. Really? Oh, thank you. Wait, you're Hayat, right? Welcome back to the stream, Hayat. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, this is not my best handwriting for sure. But yeah, I can show you my best handwriting if you want. Do you like Spider-Man, Jojo? I love Spider-Man. Like, I can't wait for the next movie. You watched it? I did. You should read Dogman. Oh dear. Is that like Captain Underpants? I think I've heard of that. Recommend the best movie for me. Hmm. The Message. The Message. It's an Islamic movie. It shows you like the biography of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And it's good for anybody. It's not just Muslims. And you should read The White Fox or Some by now. The White Fox or Some. Okay, that's a lot of suggestions, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad you still remember me. Of course, Haya. Why would I not remember you? If you do, you should watch Spider-Man No Year. Oh, yeah, I remember that Spider-Man. in the Miles Morales movie. But Joy, how you feeling about Norway losing? I felt it's expected because they sat down Holland the entire match. So the exciting part is not even there. Like I just shut it off before the match ended because like I only wanted to see Mbappe and Holland go at it, but I never expected Dumbelly, what's his name? Dumbelly to make a hat trick. That was insane. Norway won. Yeah, I thought Norway would make two at least, but that's if Holland was there for sure. Did you watch Toy Story 5, Julia? I didn't. Oh my goodness, I should literally watch that. I saw ads about it. I was like, ooh, looks interesting. Now in the round of 16, Brazil can play against Norway, your team versus my team. Toy Story 5 came out. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But I feel like I've seen something recently about Toy Story. But yeah, it makes sense. I wasn't that hype. He lost his MJ. What is MJ? Okay, like can we start can we go back to reading? Well, why am I asking y'all? I'm the moderator. I mean the host. Alright. His gaze, for what seemed an age before drawn almost against his will, he stole from the shadow of the doorway across the floor to the nearest edge of the mounds of treasure. Above him, the sleeping dragon lay, a direct menace even. Oh, I already read that. Then Bilbo fled, but the dragon did not wake. Not yet, but shifted into other dreams of greed and violence, lying there in his stolen hall while the little hobbit toiled back up the long tunnel. His heart was beating, and a more fevered shaking was in his legs than when he was going down. But still he clutched the cup, and his chief thought was, I've done it. This will show them. More like a grocer than a burglar. Indeed. Well, we'll hear no more of that. Nor did he. Balin was overjoyed to see the hobbit again, and as delighted as he was surprised. He picked Bilbo up and carried him out into the open air. It was midnight, and Klaus had Yuki! Yeah, he's literally ruining. Sorry, that's bad. But seriously, he's like rubbing against the tripod to like show my face, bro. Hello, Ace. Sorry you had to come at such a bad time. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Portugal can win though. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, but Ronaldo's kind of old though. France seems to be a better. Cause Ronaldo in his team, like in the Portugal team, like there's literally nobody there other than him that people mostly know of. At least in France, there's Mbappe and Dembele, right? And there's others too. Yuki Atop, you are old. Bad Yuki. Yeah, Yuki's bad. My age is out of the picture. Bro, I have to wake up at 4:30 to watch it. 4:30? Wait, Portugal is playing tomorrow? That's crazy. But it's not worth it to watch it live, honestly. Like, get your sleep in. At least for me, if if I'm bored and I'm awake, then I'll watch the World Cup. I wouldn't wake up at 4 a.m. for that. Okay, so to say, never mind. It was midnight and clouds had covered the stars, but Bilbo lay with his eyes shut, gasping and taking pleasure in the feel of the fresh air again, and hardly noticing the excitement of the dwarfs, or how they praised him and patted him on the back, and put themselves and all their families for generations to come at his service. The dwarfs were still passing the cup from hand to hand and talking delightedly of the recovery of their treasure when suddenly a vast rumbling woke in the mountain underneath as if it was an old volcano that had made up its mind to start eruptions once again. The door behind them was pulled nearly to and blocked from closing with a stone, but up the long tunnel came the dreadful echoes, far down in the depths of a bellowing and a trampling that made the ground beneath them tremble. Then the dwarfs forgot their joy and their confident, and their confident boasts of a moment before the coward drowned in fright. Smog was still to be reckoned with. It does not do to leave a live dragon out of your calculations if you live near him. Dragons may not have much real use for all their wealth, but they know it to an ounce as a rule, especially after long possession. And Smog was no exception. He had passed from an uneasy dream in which a warrior altogether insignificant in size but provided with a bitter sword and great courage figured most unpleasantly to a doze, and from a doze to wide waking there was a breath of strange air in his cave. Hi, hello Marley, welcome back. And Queen, welcome back as well. Where are you going, Queen? You just came here. Toy Story 5 is a very bad movie. I watched it. Woody became bald and old man. No, you spoiled it. Well, actually, his B-day is in 2 days, but he's celebrating today. It's my brother's birthday, so I'm gonna pop in for a little bit. Ooh, happy birthday to your brother, Queen. That's so nice. And yeah, that makes sense why you can't stay. But thanks for popping in. And happy birthday to him. Mm, I'll sleep early so I can wake up early. Okay, sounds good. Goodbye. Already leaving? Hello? Okay. When's everyone's birthday? Mine is 16 February. January 8th. Sorry, this is stupid Yuki for my tongue. I know it's a Yuki for because it's annoying. Could there be a drop from that little hole? He had never felt quite happy about it, though it was so small, and now he glared at it in suspicion and wondered why he had ever blocked it up. Of late he had half fancied he had caught the dim echoes of a knocking sound from far above that came down through it to his lair. He stirred and stretched forth his neck to sniff. Then he missed the cup. Thieves, fire, murder, such a thing had not happened since first he came to the mountain. His rage passes description, the sort of rage that is only seen when rich folk that have more than they can enjoy suddenly lose something that they have that they have long had but have never before used or wanted. His fire belched forth, the hall smoked, he shook the mountain roots, he thrust his head in vain at the little hole, and then coiling his length together, roaring like thunder underground, he sped from his deep lair through its great door out into the huge passages of the mountain palace and up towards the front gate. Ooh, Smog is mad. To hunt the whole mountain till he had caught the thief and had torn and trampled him was his one thought. He issued from the gate, the waters rose in fierce whistling steam, and up he soared blazing into the air and settled on the mountain top in a spout of green and scarlet flame. The dwarfs heard the awful rumor of his flight, and they crouched against the walls of the grassy terrace, cringing under boulders, hoping somehow to escape the frightful eyes of the hunting dragon. Yeah, January 8th, your birthday. Yeah, that's what my only video so far is about. The birthday tribute. It was posted on my birthday. Credit card pin. Hmm. What? What's everyone's credit card pin? Oh my god. Mine is March 3rd. Ooh. Wait, that's like literally my sister's birthday, but like one day after. But isn't it okay to share your credit card pin? It's only the three digits in the back. The CVC, or I don't know. I don't know how it works. Hello, Iron Kale. Welcome back to the stream. That's literally what I was talking about. You, your birthday. Now the baby bonk pie mister finally stopped crying. That's true! He was crying this whole time before I started streaming. What about my birthday? Well, somebody here has almost the same birthday as you, so I was like, oh, that's like my sister. And then you came in the chat. I was like, dang. Okay, let's continue reading. So, to hunt the whole mountain till he had caught the thief and had torn and trampled him was his one thought. He issued from the gate, the water rose. Oh, I already read that. There they would have all been killed, if it had not been for Bilbo once again. Quick, quick, he gasped. The door, the tunnel, it's no good here. Roused by these words, they were just about to creep inside the tunnel when Bifur gave a cry. My cousins! Bomber and Boffer, we have forgotten them, and they are down in the valley. They will be slain, and all our ponies too, and all our stores lost, moaned the others. We can do nothing. Nonsense, said Thorin, recovering his dignity. We cannot leave them. Get inside, Mr. Baggins, and ball it. And you too, Philly and Killy. The dragon shan't have all of us. Now you others, where are the ropes? Be quick. Those were perhaps the worst moments they had been through yet. The horrible sounds of Smaug's anger were echoing in the stony hollows far above. At any moment he might come blazing down, or fly whirling round and find them there near the perilous cliff's edge hauling madly on the ropes. Up came Boffer and still all was safe. Up came Bomber puffing and blowing while the ropes creaked and still all was safe. Up came some tools and bundles of stores and then danger was upon them. A whirring noise was heard. A red light touched the point of standing rocks. The dragon came. They had barely time to fly back to the tunnel, pulling and dragging in their bundles, when Smog came hurtling from the north, licking the mountainsides with flame, beating his great wings with a noise like a roaring wind. His hot breath shriveled the grass before the door, and drove in through the crack that had left and scorched them as they lay hid. Flickering fires leapt up and black rock shadows danced. Then darkness fell as he passed again. The ponies screamed with terror, burst their ropes, and galloped wildly off. The dragon swooped and turned to pursue them and was gone. That'll be the end of our poor beasts, said Thorin. Nothing can escape Smaug once he sees it. Here we are, and here we shall have to stay, unless anyone fancies tramping the long open miles back to the river with Smog on the watch. It was not it was not a pleasant though. It was not a pleasant thought. They crept further down the tunnel, and they lay and shivered, though it was warm and stuffy, until dawn came pale through the crack of the door. Every now and again through the night they could hear the roar of the flying dragon grow and then pass and fade, as he hunted round and round the mountainsides. He guessed from the ponies and from the traces of the camps he had discovered that men had come up from the river and the lake and had scaled the mountainside from the valley where the ponies had been standing. But the door withstood his searching eye, and the little high-walled bay had kept out his fiercest flames. Long he had hunted in vain till the dawn chilled his wrath and he went back to his golden couch to sleep, and to gather new strength. He would not forget or forgive theft, not if 1,000 years turned him to smoldering stone, but he could afford to wait. Slow and silent he crept back to his lair and half closed his eyes. When morning came, to the terror of the dwarves grew less. They realized that dangers of this kind were inevitable in dealing with such a guardian, and that it was no good giving up their quest yet. Nor could they get away just now, as Thorin had pointed out. Their ponies were lost or killed, and they would have to wait some time before Smog relaxed his watch sufficiently for them to dare the long way on foot. Luckily, they had saved enough of their stores to last them still for some time. They debated long on what was to be done, but they could think of no way of getting rid of Smog, when which had always been a weak point in their plans, as Bilbo felt inclined to point out. Then, as in the nature of folk that are thoroughly perplexed. They began to grumble at the hobbit, blaming him for what had at first so pleased them, for bringing away a cup and stirring up Smaug's wrath so soon. "What else do you suppose a burglar is to do?" asked Bilbo angrily. "I was not engaged to kill dragons. That is warrior's work, but to steal treasure. I made the best beginning I could. Did you expect me to trot back with the whole horde of Thror on my back? If there isn't any grumbling to be done, I think I might have a say. You ought to have brought 500 burglars, not one. I'm sure it reflects great credit on your grandfather, but you cannot pretend that you ever made the vast extent of his wealth clear to me. I should want hundreds of years to bring it all up. If I was 50 times as big and small as tame as a rabbit." After that, of course, the dwarfs begged his pardon. "What then do you propose we should do, Mr. Baggins?" asked Thorin politely. They're so annoying, these dwarves, man. They're like ungrateful. Jojo, take a pause on reading. Okay, sorry. It's just so interesting. Um, okay, let's read the chat. Jojo, this is what happens when you log in too much. Look at chat. What happened in such a small short time? Who are you deciding what is bad and what is good? RNK, you're 20. Jojo, I don't like how 18-year-old women look 12 in Japan. Oh, that's true. It's really weird that like I don't know. They kind of like uh, prefer younger looking people when younger people should be more protected. I don't know. It's the most disgusting country in the world. That's true. I mean, some aspects do not share your age. Why are we insulting whole country due to some dumb people? Yeah, that's true. Every country has some bad people, especially America. Oh my god. All can have mod since Drea is the mod Santa. There's a huge chunk of Indians with really bad hygiene issues, but same with Bengalis, other Pakistanis, and Africans and Indonesians and other people. Yeah, you can be racist. So it's not really racist. Yeah, like the ones who drink cow urine and roll in poop. What is happening? How am I racist? Well, my birthday is 26th January. Aren't she told chat your credit card pin. Yeah, Iron Kid, the best racist person. Gift goes to Iron Kid. I eat racists, only the dirty ones. Hi, Julia. Hello, noob. How's it going? I don't know what to do in the chat. A whole World War Six seven started here. I think Iron Kid thinks that her country is the only one who has good hygienic conditions. Mm, our country is the United States because we're born and raised here. People in third world countries, they cannot afford hygiene too much because soap costs money. Clean water is a privilege. It's not, even though it's a human right, it's a necessary thing. Not everyone can have it. It's really sad. So you shouldn't make fun of people with that kind of situation. But if you can't afford it, like that's your fault. Like you literally have no excuse. That then you can bully somebody for bad hygiene. But then again, some people are depressed. They can't take care of their hygiene because the mental space, even you couldn't handle it if you were them. So, Noob wants to be mod. Really? Noob? Is that true? Mr. Macaroni is back. Welcome back, Mr. Macaroni. Oh my gosh, thank you for coming back. I appreciate your presence very, very much. Who's being mean to Japan? Don't be mean to Japan. Japan is a very clean country. Japan is smart country. Japan is a horrible history country, but they hide it, so that's okay. People becoming billionaires and other people are dying because of hunger. Yeah, man. If they wanted to end world hunger, they could have. Long time ago. I'm Filipino and Japan colonized Philippines. Of course I'm mad. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Can I bully Iron Kid, Julia? Um, can you like, I don't know, audition a little bit, and then I'll give you my Like, how would you bully her? If you can show me that, I will give you my verdict, yes or no. Also, Japanese 18-year-olds look 12 to 14. I mean, like that in and of itself is racist because you can't tell the difference between a kid, an adult, a woman, a man. Like, but if they're trying to dress like a 12-year-old, like make it like, I don't know, lollies. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, demonstrate us. Yeah. Can I get back to reading, guys, and lock in till the end of the chapter? Not too much. Why that bother you, noob? He probably saw something recently, because otherwise, it's not related to anything in most people's daily lives. King Julian, why am I tied to a stick? Ooh, I'm a sacrifice. Man, I love Madagascar. Other reasons is K-pop bands memory. Members try to look like toddlers. Oh, that's so true, Noob. I mean, you have a lot of good points. Like the K-pop bands, they literally like, I don't know, they act childish and look try to look a certain age when they're in their late 20s, almost 30s, bro. Like you're a man acting like this. Astaghfirullah al-azim. May Allah protect us from, you know, weird people. I mean, what do you do essay, bro? It's because of PDFs. Yeah, that's a valid point. K-pop bands from Korea, not from Japan. So what? There's something that Oh yeah, that's true. But it's not just in Korea. It's like in Japan too. There's like, yeah. They're trying to normalize a lot of weird things, especially in the animes. Jojo, I have a question. Yeah, yeah, I'll go for it. Ask Mr. Macaroni. Don't ask to ask. Discord mods favorite countries. That's why I said Korea before. Do you support LGBT plus? So that's a very, very good question because I don't know if you're a Muslim or a non-Muslim, but I am a Muslim. So in my religion, two people of the same gender are not allowed to have relations like that, like non-platonic relations. So if you have that LGBT feeling in you, then that's not your choice, right? Otherwise, if it were your choice, you're not actually that. There's nothing to come out. It's just a decision, right? So if you feel that way, then that's not your fault. I'm not gonna, you know, disagree or like put you down for it, obviously, but if you act upon that feeling and if you allow yourself to just, you know, uh, that's different. I can't support that. Same goes for heterosexual people, homosexual people. If you like, if a girl likes a girl, and if a guy likes a girl, but let's say in the heterosexual scenario, the girl doesn't like the guy back, and he still pursues her. Would you support that? No, that's not allowed. And you know, if I don't know, there's so many scenarios you wouldn't support them. But if you have that feeling, you like somebody, but they married somebody else, that's okay to feel. That's that's okay to feel, and I don't know if you'll get over it, but there are more stuff to life. I hope that makes sense. I'm non-Muslim, but I support your religion and your opinion. Thank you so much, Mr. Macaroni. I appreciate your respectful attitude towards my answer. Every single K-pop band is cringe in our PDF fuel. Bro, stop yapping. Okay, sorry. Oh, are you talking to me or that guy? Yeah, noob. I'm sorry you had to like see that kind of stuff, noob, but it's better not to talk about it because it does more harm than good when you give them more attention. The police and the right authorities will have to deal with them people. What's dude's beef with K-pop? I don't know, man. But yeah, welcome to the stream puff formation. I'll go back to reading now. Alright, so I have no idea at the moment if you mean about removing the treasure. That Obviously depends entirely on some new turn of luck and the getting rid of smog. Wait. I asked you something, Jojo. Oh, sorry. Let me see, Aries. What is that? What did you ask? Joy, can I be the mod of mods? Like, why would you need to be a mod of mods? What does a mod of mod do? Okay, so I hate them. I just wanted to vent. Yeah, it's okay. Hopefully you're good now after venting. Hope you feel better. Wait, can I be mod Jojo? Okay, fine. Confident you hear noob, stop flipping yapping about bullshit. He said he just wanted to vent. Like I think he's good now. He's Anavi mod Jono. I can't leave noob. Dang. What do I do, guys? Anavi mod. What is that? Quad. Okay. Should I? I'll let the chat vote. Cause I'll be game mod today. Like, I don't know. Maybe next time. Maybe next time, noob. Just unmod everyone again. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so bad. Like, saying no. Like, y'all taking advantage of my people pleaser syndrome. What's your opinion on Islamification of Europe? Just asking. That's a wonderful question. What do I say, bro? Honestly, that's a genius question. Because I've seen the videos and the reels, and even I, as a Muslim, am disturbed by it. It's like, what is happening to Europe, bro? Like, this is not Europe. They're changing the whole country, and it's like, oh my god, they're not keeping it clean. People are bringing cultural baggages that's not even part of Islamification. That's not part of Islam, and it's like there's so much cultural, like nonsense that comes with the immigration, and it's not it's not good. It's not Islamification. I wouldn't use that term. I would say cultural baggageization. That's the word I'll make up and use. And from Bangladesh, ew. Wait, what did you say? Just watch her downhill. Can I vent again, please? Can I with the cherry on top? I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, the last one was enough. Noob, yes, but don't hate on certain people. Noob, can you just um? But yeah, honestly, with the amount of Muslims in Europe, if they would act more, I don't know, find that middle ground between European and Islam, that would be good. And I hope that happens. You know, all of us in our generation, we're more aware of the generational traumas and the cultural damage that has been continuing for so long because people refuse to change. We're more aware of that, and so when we really focus on it and try to fix it, and we heal as a whole generation, then things will get better. What's your beef with Bangladesh? Oh yeah, what about that? Like, why that specifically? Because there's a lot of Desis, not just Bengalis there. Hmm, I probably missed something in the chat. I don't know. Start your discussion about what you love. How can a 10-year-old kid hates everyone? What is this book you're reading? Hello, Girish. I'm reading The Hobbit right now. But the chat gets really active, and when I'm not looking, like things get heated. So I'm trying to evaluate what's going on right now until I get back to reading. I love building things. Awesome. You're on your way to becoming a real life engineer. That's what I say to everyone who's obsessed with Legos. Wait, Marley, you you timed him out? He was not saying anything wrong. 300 seconds. That's crazy. Mr. Macaroni. Wait, did he say something? I don't know. It was the time came out at the same time. The average Swiftie is 15-year-old. Oh, I did that on accident. Oh, okay, okay. But yeah, I think I'll. Anyways, let's continue. I have no idea at the moment if you mean about removing the treasure. That obviously depends entirely on some new turn of luck and the getting rid of smog. Getting rid of dragons is not at all in my line, but I'll do my best to think about it. Personally, I have no hopes at all and wish I was safe back at home. Never mind that for the moment. What are we to do now? Today? Well, if you really want my advice, I should say we can do nothing but stay where we are. By day, we can no doubt creep out safely enough to take the air. Perhaps before long, one or two could be chosen to go back to the store by the river and replenish our supplies. But in the meanwhile, everyone ought to be well inside the tunnel by night. Now I will make you an offer. I have got my ring and will creep down this very noon. Then, if ever Smog ought to be napping, and see what he is up to. Perhaps something will turn up. Every worm has his weak spot, as my father used to say, though I am sure it was not from personal experience. Naturally, the dwarves accepted the offer eagerly. Already they had come to respect little Bilbo. Now he had become the real leader in their adventure. He had begun to have ideas and plans of his own. When midday came, he had got ready for another journey down into the mountain. He did not like it, of course, but it was not so bad now. He knew more or less what was in front of him. He known more about dragons and their wily ways, he might have been more frightened and less hopeful of catching this one napping. The sun was shining when he started, but it was as dark as night in the tunnel. The light from the door, almost closed, soon faded as he went down. So silent was his going that smoke on a gentle wind could hardly have surpassed it, and he was inclined to feel a bit proud of himself as he drew near to the lower door. There was only the very faintest glow to be seen. Old Smog is weary and asleep, he thought. He can't see me, and he won't hear me. Cheer up, Bilbo. He had forgotten or had never heard about dragons' sense of smell. Uh-oh. It is also an awkward fact that they can keep half an eye open watching while they sleep, if they are suspicious. Smog certainly looked fast asleep, almost dead and dark, with scarcely a snore more than a whiff of unseen steam, when Bilbo peeped once more from the entrance. He was just about to step out onto the floor when he caught a sudden thin and piercing ray of red from under the drooling lip of Smog's left eye. He was only pretending to sleep. He was watching the tunnel entrance. Hurriedly, Bilbo stepped back and blessed the luck of his ring. Then Smog spoke. Well, thief, I smell you and I feel your air. I hear you breathe. Come along. Help yourself again. There's plenty and to spare. But Bilbo was not quite so unlearned in dragon lore as all that, and if Smog hoped to get him to come nearer or so easily, he was disappointed. No, thank you, Smog the Tremendous, he replied. I did not come for presents. I only wished to have a look at you and see if you were truly as great as tales say. I did not believe them. Do you now? Said the dragon, somewhat flattered, even though he did not believe a word of it. Truly, songs and tales fall utterly short of the reality. O Smog, the chiefest and greatest of calamities, replied Bilbo. You have nice manners for a thief and a liar, said the dragon. You seem familiar with my name, but I don't seem to remember smelling you before. Who are you, and where do you come from, may I ask? You may indeed. I come from under the hill, and under the hills, and over the hills my paths led and through the air. I am he that walks unseen. So I can well believe, said Smog, but that is hardly your usual name. I am the clue finder, the web cutter, the stinging fly. I was chosen for the lucky number. Look at her paw. What do you think, Eris? What are we talking about? I don't know. Y'all ain't listening to the book. Did someone say tofu? Is he here? Only Bangladeshi people do that, bro. I think you should fact check. Man, I said that because they're going there and don't adapt the European culture and start putting street shops. Alright, but my bad. Sorry. Look, okay. Yeah, you need a permit for street side road work, like those shops, and it does look kind of messy, but you have to understand from that perspective that they came to this new world, this foreign place with no experience except that in order just to survive. And it's like you could have some humanity in you and understand from that perspective, but it also makes sense that you'd be annoyed that they're changing the entire country into what it's not. And yeah, honestly, I don't know what the answer is, to be open minded or to, teach them to assimilate. But it's not quick enough. I guess the answer is to be patient with them. I like Conan Gray. That sounds familiar. I don't know what that is. Who that is. I don't care if I start a war with the Swifties. I will conquer them and make them listen to Oliver Tree. I don't know Oliver Tree, guys. I bought like 2 out of 4 of my plane kit. Nice. I feel threatened, bro. Threatened why? Mm. Also, I tried to time home out for a minute. Sorry. I love chat wars, especially with tofu. So you like to fight, Air Scott? That's bad. Everybody here trying to be peaceful. Lovely titles near the dragon, but lucky numbers don't always come off. I am that buries his friends alive and drowns them and dogs them alive again from the water. I came from the end of a bag, but no bag went over me. These don't sound so creditable, scoffed Smog. I'm the friend of bears and the guest of eagles. I am ring winner and luck wearer, and I am barrel rider, went on Bilbo, beginning to be pleased with his riddling. That's better, said Smog, but don't let your imagination run away with you. This, of course, is the way to talk to dragons if you don't want to reveal your proper name, which is wise, and don't want to infuriate them by a flat refusal, which is also very wise. No dragon can resist the fascination of riddling talk and of wasting time trying to understand it. There was a lot here which Smog did not understand at all, though I expect you do, since you know all about Bilbo's adventures to what he was referring. But he thought he understood enough, and he chuckled in his wicked inside. Yeah, Eris, like nothing happened. Who's trying to fight with me? Feel free to ask the mod. Aries wanted to debate. I thought so last night, he smiled to himself. Lakeman, some nasty scheme of those miserable tub trading Lakemen, or I'm a lizard. I haven't been down that way for an age, but I will soon alter that. Very well, or old Barrel Rider, he said aloud. Maybe Barrel was your pony's name, and maybe not, though it was fat enough. You may walk unseen. But you did not walk all the way. Let me tell you, I ate 6 ponies last night, and I shall catch and eat all of the others before long. In return for the excellent meal, I will give you one piece of advice for your good. Don't have more to do with the dwarves than you can help. Dwarves! Said Bilbo in pretended surprise. Don't talk to me, said Smog. I know the smell and taste of dwarf, no one better. Don't tell me that I can eat a dwarf-ridden pony and not know it. You'll come to a bad end. Oh, look, Junie's here. Another one? Yeah. She's a foster kitten. Ragdoll. How y'all trying to silence me for just venting? Swifties and Japanese. If you go back with such friends, Steve Barrel Rider, I don't mind if you go back and tell them so from me. But he did not tell Bilbo that there was one smell he could not make out at all. Hobbit smell. It was quite outside his experience and puzzled him mightily. I suppose you got a fair price for that cup last night? He went on. Come now, did you? Nothing at all. Well, that's just like them, and I suppose they're skulking outside, and your job is to do all the dangerous work and get what you can when I'm not looking. For them? And you'll get a fair share? Don't you believe it? If you get off alive, you will be lucky. Bilbo was now beginning to feel really uncomfortable. Whenever Smog's roving eye, seeking for him in the shadows, flashed across him, he trembled, and an unaccountable desire seized hold of him to rush out and reveal himself and tell all the truth to Smog. In fact, he was in grievous danger of coming under the dragon's spell. But plucking up courage, he spoke again. You don't know everything, O Smog the Mighty, said he. Not gold alone brought us hither. Ha ha, you admit the us, laughed Smog. Why not say us 14 and be done with it, Mr. Lucky Number? I'm pleased to hear that you had other business in these parts besides my gold. In that case, you may perhaps not altogether waste your time. I don't know if it has occurred to you that even if you could steal the gold bit by bit, a matter of 100 years or so, you could not get it very far. Not much use of the mountainside. Not much use in the forest? Bless me, had you never thought of the catch? A 14 share, I suppose, or something like it. Those were the terms, eh? But what about delivery? What about cartage? What about armed guards and tolls? And Smug laughed aloud. He had a wicked and a willy heart, and he knew his guesses were not far out, though he suspected that the lakemen were at the back of the plans, and that most of the plunder was meant to stop there in the town by the shore that in his young days had been called Esgaroth. You will hardly believe it, but poor Bilbo was really very taken aback. So far, all his thoughts and energies had been concentrated on getting to the mountain and finding the entrance. He had never bothered to wonder how the treasure was to be removed. Certainly, never how any part of it that might fall to his share was to be brought back all the way to Bag End Underhill. Wow. Well, Underpants, come here. What? Mr. Underpants. Noob, your warrior is here. Doesn't suit her. Mrs. Underpants? What is that? Are you guys talking to Marley, Junie, and Popsy? Oh yeah, so cute. Hmm. Okay, I'll share a random fact. The weight of our environment is 5 times 10 to the 15 ton. Whoa! Did you know cheese eat pink pizza and drink some water? And the other day I was pink chicken. It's a very very highlighted fact. What about jewelry? What? Finally, a worthy opponent that can withstand 50% of power. Can you pin me? I need subs to go live. Have you heard of the story giving a mouse a cookie? You give a mouse a cookie, he'll ask for milk. If you give him milk, he'll ask for a blanket because he's tired after a meal. If you give him a blanket, he'll need a pillow. If you give him, I don't know the whole chain, but he'll never be satisfied. So you here are the mouse that has gotten his cookie. That is the mod rule. And now you want to get pinned for subs. Mm-mm. No, sir. Yeah, that's right, Joya. Stan. Yeah! You know what? I might just take all the mods back. What? Remember me? I'm Bob. Oh, yeah. Was it Little Bob? Yeah, welcome back, Bob. How's it going? I'm a ma'am. Oh, wait. Why is a ma'am called Mister? But yeah, that explains why you're so very sweet. MashaAllah. Mabike. Okay, so yeah, everybody subscribe to Mr. Macaroni since she's a girl. I thought I was loved here. You are loved. Here, let me pin you now. Sorry. I hate myself. You are loved. Yes, I love that song. By what's it called? Republic? Uh oh wait, actually no. We don't talk about songs here. This music is haram, not like just depressed. Why are you sad? Why you hate yourself, noob? You have good opinions. I approve of your opinions. Like you hate PDF files. You don't like the music industry, especially the Taylor Swift one, the fan base. And that makes sense. I kind of hate them too. Not the Swifties, but the Olivia Rodrigo type fan base. It's like, ugh. I don't know why. I just don't like it. Like, ugh. Anyways, let's continue. Mm, I forgot where it was. Oh, I didn't even read it. Okay. So you'll hardly believe it, but actually, no, I read that too. Now, a nasty suspicion began to grow in his mind. Had the dwarves forgotten this important point too, or were they laughing in their sleeves at him all the time? This is the effect that dragon talk has on the inexperienced. Bilbo, of course, ought to have been on his guard, but Smog had rather an overwhelming personality. I'm literally Smog, bro. I could talk like that too. I tell you, he said in an effort to remain loyal to his friends and to keep his end up. That gold was only an afterthought with us. We came over hill and under hill by wave and wind for revenge. Surely, Osmog the unaccessibly wealthy, you must realize that your success had made you some bitter enemies? Then Smog really did laugh, a devastating sound which shook Bilbo to the floor, while far up in the tunnel the dwarfs huddled together and imagined that the hobbit had come to a sudden and a nasty end. Revenge! He snorted, and the light of his eyes lit the hall from the floor to ceiling like scarlet lightning. Revenge! The king of under the mountain is dead, and where are his kin that dare seek revenge? Girion, Lord of Dale, is dead, and I have eaten his people like a wolf among sheep. And where are his sons, that dare approach me? I kill where I wish, and none dare resist. I laid low the warriors of old, and their like is not in the world today. Then I was but young and tender. Now I am old and strong, strong, strong. Thief in the shadows, he gloated. My armor is like tenfold shields, my teeth are swords, my claws spears, the shock of my tail a thunderbolt, my wings a hurricane, and my breath death. I'll be right back. Okay, bye, Mr. Macaroni. Oops, I took the mod. No, really, who are you gonna message? I'm gonna love to people like you guys because all my friends don't respond to my messages. Oh, that's why you hate yourself, noob. That makes sense. Everybody's mod except you. Like, that's so sad. We can't leave Noob hanging. I feel like an extra in a movie. No! Here, let me give you mod. Aries getting a girlfriend? Stuff like that. Aries is not. He's. Aries is. He said that he'll be single forever. Should I eat something? Yeah, eat something. What do I say, bro? Eat a sandwich. I made a mozzarella sandwich. I put mozzarella, avocado, cucumber, hot honey hummus on sourdough garlic bread. It was so good. And I made it for my sister, but she didn't finish it, so I ate the other half. I'm back. Oh, welcome back. Sorry, I took your mod on accident. Here, let me give it back. I feel like I'm just weird. Aw, that's so sad. Well, my advice would be don't be weird. Just try not to be weird. I'll be gone for a little bit. Okay, bye, Marley. Take care. See you later. I'm never gonna marry. Yeah. Honestly, like I get it. It's a really difficult scenario to think about because even marriage does not determine that your spouse is gonna be a good person, let alone that it's gonna last. That it's not gonna end up in divorce. I saw a divorce video today on my YouTube algorithm. It was so sad. They were married for 12 years, and she's like, he gave it up for a paycheck. Like, you know, his family. Anyways, um, it's really sad. I couldn't bear that kind of pain, so it's honestly not mandatory for you to get married. Why Eris taking the path of salmon pie? What's the Eris's beef with me? I don't know. I feel like I'm the annoying one in the group. Every group I've been in, I was always the annoying one. You're not annoying, noob. I literally said like all your opinions. I kind of agree with. So I don't know what to. You are annoying. How's that? Because saying you're not annoying doesn't work. So might as well feed into that. Just kidding. Just kidding. You know that's sad. Yeah, not salmon pie. He's rich. Noob, you're a good person. There we go. There we go. Then why did Marley time me out me? No, she said it was my mistake. If you scroll up, she literally said it was a mistake. Salam alaikum, old Joe. Who's he saying salam to? I don't know. Should I reply? Should I reply for old Joe just in case they're not here? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa tofu. Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Everyone got the two sign, but not me. Oh my goodness, guys, this is so sad. This is absolutely devastating. How did we forget? What do I say, bro? Like, I mean, I timed you out for 5 minutes, but why did confident say a sarcastic message to me to shut up? That wasn't confident. Oh, that was. I remember that. So you are old Joe. I'm just subbing. Anyways, what did I say, bro? Here, there you go, mod. Stop fighting. Look at Junie. She's having dreams. Like she's living the lyrics. You look so happy. You look. I forgot the lyrics. Heat waves. Anyways, let's continue. Assalamu alaikum, Joya. How have you been? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi who certified her. Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? You are Waffle Cat. Hi, Race Raves, you two. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Why Joya hates Junie. I don't hate her. She's just not very friendly. Like, that's the part that annoys me a little bit. But I don't hate her. She's getting better, actually. Like, I pet her so much today. She didn't, like, immediately scratch me. She did eventually, but yeah. Something always have purpose. Alright, let's continue. I've always understood, said Bilbo in a frightened squeak, that dragons were softer underneath, especially in the region of our chest, but doubtless one so fortified has thought of that. The dragon stopped short in his boasting. Your information is antiquated, he snapped. I am armored above and below with iron scales and hard gems. No blade can pierce me. I might have guessed it, said Bilbo. Truly, there can nowhere be found the equal of Lord Smog the Impenetrable. The Impenetrable. What magnificence to possess a waistcoat of fine diamonds. Yes, it is rare and wonderful indeed, said Smog, absurdly pleased. He did not know that the hobbit had already caught a glimpse of his peculiar undercovering on his previous visit, and was itching for a closer view for reasons of his own. The dragon rolled over. Look, he said, what do you say to that? Dazzlingly marvelous, perfect, flawless, staggering, exclaimed Bilbo aloud. But what he thought inside was, old fool, why there is a large patch in the hollow of his left breast as bare as a snail out of its shell. After he had seen that Mr. Baggins' one idea was to get away. Well, I really must not detain your magnificence any longer, he said, or keep you from much needed rest. Ponies take some catching, I believe, after a long start. And so do burglars, he added a parting shot as he darted back and fled up the tunnel. It was an uncomfortable remark, for the dragon spotted terrific flames after him. Wow, he literally rage bait the dragon. And fast enough he sped up the slope he had not gone nearly far enough to be comfortable before the ghastly head of Smog was thrust against the opening behind. Luckily the whole head and jaws could not squeeze in. Hi! Yeah, she's my new guest in the streams. I didn't even put her in that position. She's like sleeping. Okay. Thank you. All right, should I end the stream here? We got quite a ways to go. I mean, it is pretty interesting though. Let me look at the chat. Julia, I'm a useless somebody. You're not useless. That's why you're a mod. You're very, very useful. But you know what? To that, you could also think if you're useless, nobody can take advantage of you because you don't have anything to be taken advantage of. Julia, listen, I don't care. Just talk about mod stuff to me. Whatever will happen in upcoming days, don't blame us or ask for advice. Is that guilt tripping? Because nobody's been misbehaving so far. And hello, June OT5. How's it going? Alhamdulillah, I'm okay, but it's exam week. What about you? Oh, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you success in all your exams. I know how it feels to be really stressed by exams. So, I'm okay though. Like, my exams are gonna come soon, but not for now. Alhamdulillah. Um, what a great what to end this day of 8 hours of work by watching an amazing stream. 8 hours of work, dang, ew. I can't imagine how hard that must be. Cause I get tired of streaming for 1 hour. Like, imagine 8 hours straight. I would hate streaming, but because I do it whenever I want to and I'm in the mood to, I enjoy it. But even if you enjoy something and you're forced to do it 8 hours a day, like you're gonna hate it eventually. Like, dang. Hi Joria. Hello Zenza. Oh my. Welcome to the stream. Change your username though. That's inappropriate. What are people seeking sympathy in YouTube chats? I guess I don't know, but he's a Muslim, so at this point, everybody in the stream has one. True, but I kind of want to finish the chapter because it's so interesting. But yeah, do your job, mods. You're not mod for decoration. Okay, maybe you are, but make sure that mod is like, I mean, the chat is safe and sound. Okay, 8 hours of rookie numbers is too much because you're old. Too much? But in a day though? Like 8 hours, like how much is that? Like 9 to 5. Yeah. Okay. Luckily, the whole head and jaws could not squeeze in, but the nostrils sent forth fire and vapor to pursue him, and he was nearly overcome and stumbled blindly on in great pain and fear. He had been feeling rather pleased with the cleverness of his conversation with Smog, but his mistake at the end shook him into better sense. Never laugh at live dragons, Bilbo, you fool, he said to himself, and it became a favorite saying of his later and passed into a proverb. You aren't nearly through this adventure yet, he added, and that was pretty true as well. The afternoon was turning into evening when he came out again and stumbled, and he fell in a faint on the doorstep. The dwarves revived him and doctored his scorches as well as they could, but it was a long time before the hair on the back of his head and his heels grew properly again. It had all been singed and frizzled right down to the skin. In the meanwhile, his friends did their best to cheer him up, and they were eager for his story, especially wanting to know why the dragon had made such an awful noise and how Bilbo had escaped. But the hobbit was worried and uncomfortable, and they had difficulty in getting anything out of him. On thinking things over, he was now regretting some of the things he had said to the dragon, and was not eager to repeat them. The old thrush was sitting on a rock near by, with his head cocked on one side, listening to all that was said. It shows what an ill temper Bilbo was in. He picked up a stone and threw it at the thrush, which merely fluttered aside and came back. Drat that bird, said Bilbo crossly. I believe he is listening, and I don't like the look of him. Leave him alone, said Thorin. The thrushes are good and friendly. This is a very old bird indeed, and is maybe the last left of the ancient breed that used to live about here. Tamed to the hands of my father and grandfather. They were a long lived and magical race, and this might even be one of those that were alive then, a couple of hundreds of years or more ago. The men of Dale used to have the trick of understanding their language and used them for messengers to fly to the men of the lake and elsewhere. Welcome back, Marley. Hi! Then choose another vent stream. Welcome back, Marley. But it was because my mom was out of jail, so just in case she tried to kidnap me again. What? How does a mom kidnap you? All the streams are brain rot. This is best. Thank you, Nua. Appreciate it. Be friendly, family. Yeah, whoever is not family friendly here, please take your leave. That's Tofu. What? That's the last person. Okay, Tofu's not mod anymore. Bye. Removing that message. You have to keep things family friendly here. Yo, it's just the Bible. It's not the Bible, the Forest. It's the Hobbit. Sorry to disappoint. Well, yeah. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Am I not family friendly? Yes, you are, Mr. Macaroni. Yeah. Bye, Tofi. I mean, he's still here. I didn't hide him from the channel or ban him, but just that message. And don't mind Tofu. His brain works only 2%. Aries, that's so mean. You taking your mod too. Junie sleeping on her paw. Why would you say that out of nowhere? Is your cat a Viltrumite? Uh, um, I mean, honestly, I think so because Yuki looks like Omni Man. You know his mustache area, literally Omni Man or half Omni Man. So if he's half Viltrumite, then Junie has to be quarter Viltrumite. Junie, she said hi. He's dancing for the stream. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Never mess with a Viltrumite. Omni-Man also has blue eyes. Eric's randomly hitting me for no reason. Why always me? Hey, you're the one. What do you mean I don't hate you, Eric Scott? I mean, you don't have to hate somebody to insult them, but like, you can't ask why only me. Why always me? When you said his brain works 2%, that's mean. He never cusses out of nowhere. That's Tofu. He just winked at us. She still has fleas, bro. I get bit every day. Like, look at her. She's itching right now. I mean, she's itching off camera, but the thrushes are good and friendly. It's a very old bird indeed, and it is maybe the last left of the ancient breed that used to live about here, tamed to the hands of my father and grandfather. They were a long-lived and magical race, and this might even be one of those that were alive then, a couple of hundreds of years or more ago. The men of Dale used to have the trick of understanding their language and used them for messengers to fly to the men of the lake and elsewhere. Well, he'll have news to take to Lake Town, all right, if that is what he is after, said Bilbo. Though I don't suppose there are any people left there that trouble with thrush language. Ooh, Bilbo's smart. Why, what has happened? Cried the dwarfs. Do get on with your tale. So Bilbo told him all he could remember, and he confessed that he had a nasty feeling that the dragon guessed too much from his riddles added to the camps and the ponies. I am sure he knows we came from Lake Town, and he had help from there, and I had a horrible feeling that his next move may be in that direction. I wish to goodness I had never said that about Barrel Rider, and it would make it even a blind rabbit in these parts think of the lakeman. Well, it cannot be helped, and it is difficult not to slip in talking to a dragon, or so I have always heard, said Balin, anxious to comfort him. I think you did very well, if you ask me. You found out one very useful thing at any rate, and got home alive, and this is more than most can say who have had words with the likes of Smog. It may be a mercy and a blessing yet to know of the bare patch in the old worm's damned waistcoat. Aw, Balin is so sweet. That turned the conversation, and they all began discussing dragon slaying's historical, dubious, and mythical, and the various sorts of stabs and jabs and undercuts, and the different arts devices, and stratagems by which they had been accomplished. The general opinion was that catching a dragon napping was not as easy as it sounded, and the attempt to stick one or prod one asleep was more likely to end in disaster than a bold frontal attack. All the while they talked, the thrush listened. All the while they talked, the thrush listened, till at last, when the stars began to peep forth, it silently spread its wing and flew away. And all the while they talked and the shadows lengthened, Bilbo became more and more unhappy, and his foreboding grew. The thrush was eavesdropping. Is your plain tasty? What am I reading? Marley, the difference is that Joy is old. Oh my days. How old is Marley? Women don't like to be told they're old. I'm not old though. Like, it's not even about that. I'm actually not old, guys. That's an indirect way to, to say you agree that I'm old. Oh my days. Cat wondering in a corner what is happening. Hello, cannot find the name. How's it going? Nice profile picture, by the way. I like that. Oh, Junie. She wants to follow Yuki. Jojo is 50. Oh, not Mr. Macaroni joining in. Pushing 50. Oh my god. Wait, so pushing 50 means I'm less than that. Oh, nice. I'm getting younger. Okay. Marley 12. Jojo 6, 7 years, single auntie. Who said I'm single? I'll show you guys when I reach 1K. My true life. Ow. So 49 and 11 months. Dang. You guys are calculating and observing and everything. Alright, let's continue. At last he interrupted them. I'm sure we are very unsafe here, he said, and I don't see the point of sitting here. The dragon has withered all the pleasant green, and anyway, the night has come and it is cold. But I feel it in my bones that this place will be attacked again. Smog knows now how I came down to his hall, and you can trust him to guess where the other end of the tunnel is. He will break all this side of the mountain to bits if necessary to stop us our entrance. And if we are smashed with it, the better he will like it. You're very gloomy, Mr. Vagan, said Thorin. Why has not Smog blocked the lower end then, if he is so eager to keep us out? He has not, or we should have heard of him. Or we should have heard him. I don't know. I don't know. Because at first he wanted to try and lure me in again, I suppose. And now perhaps because he is waiting till after tonight's hunt, or because he does not want to damage his bedroom if he can help it. But I wish he would not argue. Smog will be coming out at any minute now, and our only hope is to get well in the tunnel and shut the door. He seemed so much in earnest that the dwarves at last did as he said. Though they delayed shutting the door, it seemed a desperate plan, for no one knew whether or how they could get it open again from the inside, and the thought of being shut in a place from which the only way out led through the dragon's lair was not one they liked. Also, everything seemed quite quiet, both outside and down the tunnel. So for a longish while they sat inside not far down from the half-opened door and went on talking. The talk turned to the dragon's wicked words about the dwarfs. Bilbo wished he had never heard them, or at least that he could feel quite certain that the dwarfs now were absolutely honest when they declared that they had never thought at all about what would happen after the treasure had been won. Yeah, that makes sense, because, like, the dwarves were not actually evil like that. Like, they had saved Bilbo a lot before Bilbo had anything to offer. So why would they, hide anything else? Like, try to use him, They didn't know his worth. So, yeah, at least that part is reassured for Bilbo. We knew it would be a desperate venture, said Thorin, and we know that still, and I still think that when we have won, it will be time enough to think about what to do about it. As for your share, Mr. Baggins, I assure you we are more than grateful and you shall choose your own 14th as soon as we have anything to divide. I'm sorry if you are worried about transport, and I admit the difficulties are great. The lines have not become less wild with the passing of time, rather the reverse. But we will do whatever we can for you, and take our share of the cost when the time comes. Believe me, or not as you like. Aw, they're so reassuring. That's so sweet of the the dwarves. Then bury my finger in their eye and make them eat their own organs. What? Marley? That's not very PG. That's not very family friendly. Joey called me annoying once. You still remember that? I was literally saying you're not annoying, but I was like, you know what? You are annoying. And then you listen to that instead of the first thing. So that's the funny thing. Talking to you, I can't just talk to anyone. You're literally talking though. I like being myself. Don't who to entertain anyone. No one to answer to. Okay. Marley, be a little more family friendly. And was there anything else to read? I'm scared that my plane won't fly. I hope it will. Inshallah. Guess what? I don't know. What is it? You're turning 13 tomorrow, or Junie's playing by herself? Oh my god, she's so cute. Allah bike. Chicken butt. Oh my god, I fell for this. The oldest band. Take her mod away. Boom. Can anyone in this chat talk to me about RC planes? Sorry, we don't have any experience with that. Take her mod. I literally did it. We literally had the same thought process, confident. Mods can't remove other mods' messages. Exactly. So if everyone is mod, nobody can do anything wrong. Yo, guys. Hey, doggy. Welcome back to the stream. You came at the last second because I'm literally gonna stop here. But yeah, I mean, I haven't read these last two pages, but I'm kind of tired, and my dinner is downstairs waiting for me. It sounds like a hobbit. I'm gonna eat a hobbit. But, anyways, thanks you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one, inshallah. Uh, I don't know when that will be. I have to. I'm quite busy tomorrow, and the day after. So just letting you guys know before I leave. Okay, bye guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Take